bug reports and fixes, Plushy giveaways, and ARK 2 is actually playable. You're right kids, it's Ras Clark and welcome to your regular ARK community news. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share around and let's get into it. So ARK Genesis Part 2 has been out a few days now and an overwhelming majority of you are enjoying this game. As noted by the votes in my community polls, it is certainly a different game to the ARKs we've known before, but rejuvenated for 2021, in a whole new map that you're all enjoying and exploring and understanding how this vessel actually works. There's an outstanding amount of content out there from people who are uncovering new and inventive ways that ARK Genesis Part 2 has brought to us. The devs are certainly happy with the outcome so far, and yes, there are certainly a few niggles. The biggest one of course is a lot of you would have preferred to have not started with tech gear, and I can agree to some extent. It does certainly make the map a lot easier. But lest we forget, ARK Genesis Part 2 has had to reinvent the wheel somewhat. We've come a long way since Bob's on the beaches on the island. And I can understand from the devs that just starting in that primitive form once again wouldn't be enough. There certainly needed to be a step up, especially for those that are playing catch up to the players that have been playing this game for the last 5-6 years. And whilst the devs have certainly noted this feedback, they've brought a few steps in place for those in single player and unofficial to at least start the game without tech gear right from the off, and I'll get to that in just a moment. Plushies, cuddly toys, thereabouts. The devs have kindly distributed codes to many content creators out there. So look out for the hashtag ARKGen2Plush on Twitter, as you'll find there's been many creators giving these away. I gave some out myself, however a bit prematurely, as I don't think I was meant to do it until after Gen 2 launch, but you know, with the Gen 2 delay, it seemed like a great opportunity to keep the positivity uplifted and allow you at least an opportunity of owning these yourself. To those that are wondering, these are limited edition, you can't buy these anywhere. So what's out there, I believe that's it. However, I'm hopeful I'm going to get more of these very soon, so do keep an eye on this channel, because if I do, I'll certainly do another giveaway. So the bugs, they're coming in thick and fast. It was noted in the early hours of the morning by Dolly, the product manager, that there were certainly a few broken issues that needed to be looked at ASAP. And the good news is these major bugs have already been patched across all platforms. The big one of course, the Falcon Tech Punch that was doing so much damage upon launch. They've now disabled that and Tech Punches are now doing no damage on Genesis Part 2. So to those that don't want to spawn with a Tech Suit on Gen 2, there's a config for it now that exists that you can put in your game.ini called disable default map item sets equals true. And there should be a tick box for single player. However, if you're playing single player, just don't wear it, take it off, and that's it. There were a few other bug fixes like people getting killed on hover sails, people using canoes as beds, but a big one that was fixed just this morning now was Space Dolphins OP. Their bomb attack upon launch was insane, damaging structures with ease. And now that's been temporarily disabled until the devs can create a decent fix that won't damage structures. There were a few exploits doing the rounds, I saw loads of them all over YouTube. Who knows which ones have been patched, but they have. I'm taking a stab that one of them might have been related to the tech bow and explosive arrows, but I'm not going to get into that. And apparently there was a replication issue with the egg incubator. Of course, there's so many more bugs to get fixed yet. I've seen so many of you report them to me. However, if you've got any bugs to report, please do go to the official forums. I'll leave links in the description to your platform of choice, and do please go there to report the bugs that you know. This is your best avenue to alert the devs for them to turn around something as quick as they can. The devs have certainly already addressed a few popular issues that I've seen doing the rounds, like the HLNA store bugs, the mission bugs and the dedicated server bugs. So hopefully expect these to be patched next week. Two popular questions that I thought would be good to answer here. One is, can you use these creatures on other maps? You can, it's been confirmed to me. All creatures on Gen 2 can be transferred to other maps. And two, can you get impregnated by Reapers on Gen 2? You can, the devs have confirmed it themselves. Reapers are native to Gen 2, and you should certainly go for these as the biome specific variants look very cool. So the devs did post a community crunch yesterday where they went through how thrilled they were with the launch of this new map, and I've got to agree, as far as map launches go, this has been one of the better ones. It's certainly been more smooth than previous maps, and they're watching as much of your content as they can. They have gone on to confirm again, which I covered in a previous video, this isn't the end of ARK 1. There's going to be more in-game events, free DLC maps, and continued game updates. If you want to catch my theories on what I believe that DLC map is going to be, I'll leave a link in the description. And of course, what's next? ARK 2. The full-fledged sequel is coming, and the devs have acknowledged that you don't want tech. It's certainly going to be a primitive base game, as judged by your feedback throughout the course of evolution of ARK Survival Evolved. And I had some assumptions that ARK 2 wasn't going to be released until 2023, despite their 2022 release date. However, some huge news landed on my desk this morning. Credit to Free Udon, who messaged me telling me that somebody was playing ARK 2. Now, admittedly, I was very skeptical about this when I first saw this. However, the official ARK Discord was blowing up at this certain profile that was playing ARK 2. So I reached out to them to comment, and kindly Salado actually got back to me with an official reply, informing that they are an exclusive beta tester for ARK 2, based on them being a moderator for the ARK mobile Discord over the last 3 years. Of course, they can't reveal any information surrounding ARK 2. I didn't expect it, they're bound under civil lawsuit contracts. But Salado did in fact confirm there is no tech in ARK 2. And that's all we're getting. If I find anything new about ARK 2, I will be sure to drop it in a news feature in the coming videos that I do. If you don't know what ARK 2 is, where have you been? I covered this to death over the previous year. And if you've not completed ARK 1 or saw the ending yet, spoiler warning, I'll give you 5 seconds. The game wraps up with you literally beginning ARK 2, as Vin Diesel aka Santiago as the main protagonist for the new sequel. And it is a fully fledged sequel. ARK 2 will not be a DLC for ARK 1, it will be its own game and exclusively on the new platforms. ARK Genesis Part 2 is being built on the latest Unreal Engine, and it's going to take full advantage of its lighting, physics, environment settings to make the most of your brand new consoles. And let's face it, by next year most of us should have the new consoles. What's worth noting, this is going to be a timed exclusive on Xbox. How long for we don't know. The devs haven't officially said this is going to be on PS5, but the wording that they use means we can deduct that it's only a timed exclusive. PC, who knows, but I'm going to guess this timed exclusive is with a console competition only. PC doesn't normally fall into this. However, it is possible, but I'm going to guess that won't be the case, and we'll see on Xbox and PC first. And hopefully PS5 in the same year, maybe the year after. Fingers crossed, but it's awesome news that ARK 2 is playable in some form or other, in some beta form. It's mind-blowing and unexpected so early on in this year that it's available at least in some form. So perhaps that 2022 release date is going to be met. And if it is, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm sure you are too. I hope you enjoyed this. What did you think? Comment below, let me know. What do you think of this ARK 2 news? I think it's seriously insane. How are you coping with the bugs? If you've got any of your own, do please use the official forums that I'll link in the description. I hope you are all enjoying ARK Genesis Part 2, and I will be sure to do more videos on it as soon as I possibly can. My name's Ross Clark. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And as always, peace out.